With the return of Donald Trump to power in 2025, many women in the United States face an uncertain future. What do his promises mean? And how can we resist, stay strong, and find hope in these times of change? Today we will talk about the challenges, the solutions, and how to maintain our mental health in a challenging environment. If you're also worried about what's coming, this video is for you. First, let's talk about the context. During his first term, Trump left marks on several social and economic policies that significantly impacted the lives of millions of women. Now, with his return, he has promised to take these policies even further. While his rhetoric is populist and focused on recovering traditional values, many fear that these changes could lead to the loss of rights that women have fought for decades to gain. But what can we expect? Let's look at the key points. Rights and challenges in reproductive health. One of the most critical issues in this context is sexual and reproductive health. The right to make decisions about our bodies is not just a matter of personal autonomy, it is a public health necessity and a question of human dignity. However, with Trump's return and a Congress dominated by Republican policies, restrictions on abortion, contraceptives, and comprehensive healthcare for women could intensify. Since 2022, several states controlled by Republican governments have implemented severe restrictions, forcing women, including victims of rape and abuse, to continue unwanted pregnancies. In Texas and Alabama, for example, near-total bans have put women in extremely vulnerable situations, forcing them to carry pregnancies even in cases of sexual violence or when their lives are at risk due to malformations or genetic diseases. Heartbreaking cases of minors needing to cross state borders to access a safe abortion have become all too common. Additionally, in states where access to abortion has been restricted, data shows a concerning rise in maternal mortality due to pregnancy complications that could have been prevented. According to Public Health Association statistics, maternal mortality rates have risen in these states, and limited access to safe abortion services has severely jeopardized women's physical and mental health. In this context, many women face a direct threat to their health by being unable to make decisions about their bodies or access healthcare services that could save their lives. Despite this, some states are committed to defending these rights. In places like California and New York, reproductive services have been expanded, ensuring safe access for all. In times like these, staying informed and knowing our rights and available resources, such as clinics and support networks, is essential. Information is power, and knowing where to find help is our first line of resistance in an increasingly hostile environment toward women's rights. Labor and economic inequality. Another potential challenge is in the workplace. Gender inequality in wages and the lack of labor protections for working mothers could worsen in a less favorable political environment. Trump has proposed economic growth measures that, while promising, could omit key protections for women in the workplace, from the right to maternity leave to equal opportunities in certain sectors. This could particularly impact women in fields like education, healthcare, and social services, where women's work has been crucial. But there are strategies to face this situation. Start by staying informed about your labor rights. Look for organizations in your state that protect workers and seek legal advice if necessary. In times of crisis, knowledge and mutual support among women are vital. Facing harassment and gender inequality. Misogyny and gender inequality are persistent issues that could worsen in this context. Political rhetoric can influence how women are treated and perceived in society. In an environment where leadership seems to validate sexist attitudes, it is essential that women know how to protect our dignity and rights. When facing misogynistic attitudes or comments, do not be afraid to speak up, demand respect, and build a support network. Surround yourself with people who affirm your worth And if you face discrimination, consider seeking advice from organizations that defend women's rights. While it may be difficult, remember that resistance is not only external, it is also internal, and it starts with each of us. Challenges for migrant women. For migrant women, under a Trump administration, the path could become even more difficult as the government promises stricter immigration policies. These wonderful women, often mothers and heads of households, face additional barriers, from the risk of deportation to difficulty accessing basic health and work services. But they are not alone. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in unity and community support. There are organizations that defend the rights of migrant women and offer legal advice, translation assistance, and access to support networks. If you are a migrant woman, stay informed and surround yourself with people and resources that back you. The strength and courage you have shown to get here are powerful, and your struggle deserves respect and success. Challenges for racialized women. For racialized women, this context brings particular challenges. Often, when someone like Trump comes to power, racist and hateful people who only see differences feel emboldened, with the right and support to subject racialized women to even more discrimination and prejudice, not only because of their gender, but also due to their ethnic background or skin color. In a society where racial stereotypes can be amplified during political tension, it is essential that these women remember their values and dignity. There are networks and collectives dedicated to defending the rights of racialized women, where they can find support, resources, and safe spaces to raise their voices. History has shown that the resilience and courage of racialized women are sources of inspiration and change. Let's keep hope that, through unity and solidarity, each of us can move toward a more just future filled with opportunities. Mental and emotional resilience and resistance. In times of uncertainty, our mental health can be affected. Feelings of anxiety, stress, or even hopelessness are normal, but there are ways to manage them. The key here is to take care of yourself. Maintain your daily routines, set limits on news consumption, and if possible, dedicate time to activities that bring you peace and satisfaction. Practice self-care, which is not only physical, but emotional as well. Remember that it's okay to ask for professional help when you need it. Seeking support networks and taking care of ourselves is also an act of resistance. The role of networks and community. A powerful resource we have is mutual support. Women are strong when we are united, and in times of adversity, that collective power becomes even more important. Connect with other women in your community or on digital networks. Look for local organizations working for our rights. Together, we can make more noise, raise our voices, support causes, and create spaces where no woman feels alone or unprotected. Strength lies in unity, hope, and female solidarity. If there is one thing history has shown, it is that even when women face difficult times, we always find ways to move forward. While this term may bring challenges, it will also bring opportunities to strengthen our resilience, learn from each situation, and ultimately grow. Remember that even in the darkest moments, hope and change can be born. And above all, you are not alone. Together, we can not only resist, but thrive and build a better future for ourselves and those who come after us. To all women in the United States and around the world, in these times of change and uncertainty, let's stay strong, united, and hopeful in our hearts. We know the path may be difficult, but we also know that when women support each other, there are no barriers we cannot overcome. Hopefully, Trump's administration will be brief, and the reality may be less intense than what he promised on the campaign trail, where many times a role is played to gain votes. Let's hope these years pass quickly, and that when we look ahead, we find a kinder future, a safe place full of opportunities for us and for those who come after. Let's move forward, with our heads held high, with love, and the conviction that the future belongs to us as well. Thank you for joining me on Purple Empowerment. If this video has helped or inspired you in any way, share it with another woman who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already, to continue building this empowerment space together. United, we are unstoppable. Until next time.